Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ngayon ay Tuesday, November 3, 2020, the first trading day of the month. Sana po ay safe tayong lahat sa pinsalan ng bagyong Rolly. Ito po si Benji Chitoro. We have news on FRUIT and Waterfront Philippines. Kasama na rin ang resulta ng trading sa PSE. Lahat ng yan dito lamang sa November 3, 2020 edition ng The Stock Market Today. Bago po ang lahat, basahin po muna natin ang ating reminders at disclaimers. At habang binabasa po natin ito, kung first time yan po dito sa ating channel, ay nag-start po akong magbigay ng daily stock market report noong August. Inaanyayahan ko po kayo na mag-subscribe sa aking channel para palagi po tayong updated sa balita at impormasyon tungkol sa stock market at ang mga active stocks sa merkado. Ako po ay isang retired employee ng isa sa pinakamalaking bangko sa Pilipinas. Naging OFW din po ako nung ma-assign po akong maging compliance head ng aming branch sa Hong Kong. Mga 8 months din po akong namalagi sa ibang bansa. Pagkatapos mo noon ay na-assign po ako sa biyaya ng Diyos na maging Chief Compliance Officer ng isang subsidiary ng bangko. And since early 2000 ay nag-start po akong mag-invest regularly sa UITFs at pagkatapos ay sa stocks. Salamat po at tignan po muna natin ang ating mga balita. From the Inquirer.net, Waterfront to build casino in Pagcor Entertainment City. Ito po tungkol sa Waterfront Philippines, which is poised to become the 5th integrated casino operator in Pagcor Entertainment City, the country's version of Las Vegas Gaming and Entertainment Strip. The 4 other resorts in the area are Bloomberry Resorts, Solaire Resort and Casino, Melco and Bell Corps, City of Dreams Manila, Okada Manila, and Travelers International Hotels Group's West Side City Resorts World. A Supreme Court ruling that favored WPI's petition for mandamus against the state-controlled gaming regulator Pagcor had become final and executory, the company disclosed to the PSE on Friday. A mandamus is a juridical writ issued as a command to an inferior court to perform a public or statutory duty. In this case, WPI asked for mandamus in 2015 in relation to its application for a casino license at Entertainment City. In February 2008, WPI filed an application for a gaming license, paid the fees, and submitted all the requirements. Pero mukhang hindi pinansin ni Pagcor to. So, nag-file ng case si WPI in the RTC Manila, and in August 2017, the RTC ruled in favor of WPI and directed Pagcor to issue a license to Waterfront and approved the proposal for the casino. But Pagcor did not appeal within the required reglementary period, and the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeals upheld the RTC decision in 2018. In February 2020, the Supreme Court denied the position of Pagcor for certiorari, citing failure of sufficiently show any reversible error in the judgment of both the RTC and the Court of Appeals. And so, in October 2020, the judgment coming from the Supreme Court had become final and executory. And we'll take a look at the WPI later today when we review the most active stocks. Okay, let's take a look at the next news is on FRUIT. This news report came from the disclosure of FRUIT as holdings to the PSE. Actually, it's a clarification of the news reports in the Inquirer and the Philippine Star. The article in the Philippine Daily Inquirer came from BizBuzz with the title More Fruit Picking. The article goes like this: about 30 million common shares of leading multi-brand kiosk operator FRUIT Holdings changed hands at the stock market Friday at a price of 168 per share. FRUIT now goes at about 130, 135 per share. So this was higher than the market price, on a par with the company's initial public offering price in November last year, representing a 38% premium to a previous day's closing price. We have heard that buyer of the block is GBT of STC Paper and Plastic Packaging Solutions, formerly known as Styrotech Corp, a longtime supplier of frutas that has seen the growth of the retailer and how it has transcended previous challenges. Things appetite to buy at pre-pandemic valuations was a vote of confidence the company would not only survive but even emerge stronger from the latest crisis, said a source privy to the transaction. Things entry as a minority investor is seen as a win-win proposition that will open up opportunities for collaboration in packaging development, machine and process optimization. Okay, so the second article is from the Philippine Star, as quoted from the disclosure to the PSE, Frutas firming up extension plan. This is the article from the Philippine Star dated November 2. And the article goes that Frutas Holdings, the listed food and beverage kiosk operator, is firming up its expansion plans following an investment in the company by businessman Jimmy Ting. He, having been a long-time supplier of Frutas, Ting has seen how Frutas has grown and has successfully overcome past challenges. Frutas has undertaken several initiatives to pivot its business to counter the effects of the lockdown. Frutas has undertaken several initiatives to pivot its business to counter the effects of the lockdown. So in these two articles, the management of Frutas confirms the news article that Jimmy Ting had bought 30 million shares at 1.68 per share last October 30. So that's our news for today. Let's now take a look at how the PSE fared. The PSE gained 11.56 points or 0.18% from the previous day. It opened at 6282.89 and there was 4.2 billion in volume, valued at 6.6 billion, but there was net foreign selling at 1.14 billion. Let's take a look at the summary. 125 companies advanced, 80 declined, while 47 remained unchanged. As for the indices, all indices were positive except for the property sector, which registered a 1.13% decline. The gainers were led by the financial sector at 1.41%. The mining sector gained 0.75, but also there was net foreign buying of 1.08 million. All in all, there was net foreign selling at 1.14 billion. So let's take a look at the most active stocks. We'll be reviewing today Dito, BDO, SM, Converge, Merrimart, SSI, JFC, BPI, Fruit, and WPI. Okay, so let's take a look at Dito. Let's put up first our indicators. Okay, I use the 20-day exponential moving average as my short-term indicator. This is represented by the orange line. The 50-day exponential moving average as the medium-term indicator, represented by the blue line, and the 100-day exponential moving average represented by the black line as my long-term indicator. I also use the relative strength index and the directional movement index as additional confirmational indicators. So sa Dito, okay, Dito had a red candlestick today, although it's a short one, but there was net foreign buying at 7.54. So it's just moving sideways at this point, pero yung 20-day EMA natin is still under the candlestick indicating still a bullish movement. So all the three indicators are under the candlestick. The RSI is at 64, indicating that the stock has a bullish potential as it has been in the past few days. But right now it appears to be just above our indicators. So it will just continue to move between the resistance of the resistance. Nearest is here, mga 7. Nearest resistance is at 707, and the nearest support is mga 590, mga 6 ang nearest support. So it may just move within that range without a catalyst. Okay, the next stock will be BDO. Okay, BDO recovered today from a doji last Friday. So it recovered by 1.1 points. But in spite of the net foreign selling of 231 million. So still under the candlestick, but it may just continue to move this way in the next few days. So the nearest support niya is very near ito, nearest resistance. Nasa 93 ang nearest resistance niya. And the nearest support is 87.50. So it may just move within the support and resistance. So nasa 93.30 and support at 87.50. Tapos si SM. Uy, nag-recover si SM today. Nag-recover siya. This is a ano to? A hammer, no? A hammer. So it increased by 24.5 points or 2.58% from last Friday's closing of 950 naging 974.50. So baka lang mag-move within that area lang. So tingnan natin. Kasi ang nearest support ni SM nandito. Ito yung resistance na naging support. Nasa 936. And the nearest resistance would be here. 989, 990. Mga nasa 990. Yung nearest resistance niya. Tapos yung RSI niya is 65, still bullish. So, maaaring dyan lang siya maglaro. Okay, next we have Converge. Okay, si Converge nagkaroon siya ng red candlestick today. Pero there's a resistance forming here at 1530. So there's resistance forming at 1530, and the nearest support based on a 1-week data is nandito, mga 14, ang nearest support niya. So maaaring magkaroon ng movement lang within this line without a catalyst. So very konti lang kasi yung ano natin data natin dito Kaya ito lang muna yung pwede nating mailagay dyan. Most probably dyan lang siya gagalaw. And then let's take a look at the next, Merrimart. Uy, Merrimart. Nagkaroon siya ng significant increase, 667.23 points. Medyo significant to. Okay, so continues to move upward. And the increase today had slightly above average volume. And the RSI is now approaching oversold position. But let's check the directional movement. 21. So 21 lang siya. So no particular trend for Merrimart. So it will just continue to probably move sideways within a resistance of, actually nasa resistance dito Yan, 3.8 ang resistance niya. And the nearest support is, I would say, nandito, mga 340. So dyan lang siya maaring mag-move. No? Although makikita natin yung indicators natin, no, pataas siya. Pataas yung indicator natin, yung 20-day exponential moving average is right under the candlestick, indicating a bullish momentum. Okay, next, let's take a look at SSI. Uy, breakout si SSI. So, makikita nyo yung yellow line, yung 20-day EMA natin, is right under the candlestick. So, ito, yung first breakout niya was last October 27. And then it consolidated for 3 days. And right now, there's another breakout here. So, nag 11.45% increase, which is the highest since April 15. No? So this is clearly a breakout, and the volume is above average. So it may retest, actually it may retest the 1.50 level. It tested it, it bounced, but if the volume will continue, then the next resistance level will be at 1.65, 1.67. Lagyan natin ang linya. Yan. Kasi ito, resistance level na po siya. Ngayon, ang nearest support niya is here. 1.32. So since there is volume and the increase is significant, then it may probably move higher in the following day. Ngayon, kung may net foreign selling siya, so if the volume will permit, baka tumaas pa yan or mag-consolidate muna tulad ng nangyari dito noong October 27, and then it may continue to move higher. Meron bang news to? I think it's more of the opening of the economy. SSI kasi is ito yung nagdi-deal with luxury brands, no? Na nakikita natin sa mga hotels and restaurants. Magaganda yung kanilang display area. Okay, next, let's take a look at JFC. JFC had a bounce today, and the bounce was within the resistance area, the support area. So nag-bounce siya dito kasi may support dito sa 169. Dito siya nag-bounce from the closing price of 100. Ano ba closing price natin last Friday? 170. Nag-bounce siya and gained 4.5 points today. So right now it's still consolidating from a breakout last October 20, and the consolidation, we call the consolidation after a breakout a pullback. So it may just move within this area. Nearest resistance is 179, and a pullback is characterized by a reduced volume, but eventually that volume may increase and there may be another breakout in the future. Tingnan natin na kung merong volume. Okay, so there is a reduced volume during the consolidation period, typical of a pullback. So maaaring mag-move lang siya sideways in the meantime. And then let's take a look at BPI. BPI recovered. Meron siyang dividends. Okay, the dividends is 90 centavos per share. Ex-dividend date is October 30, tapos na to. So, kung nakabili kayo ng BPI last October 30, hindi na kayo kasama. October 29, kasama pa kayo. So, nag-rebound si BPI ngayon. Kasi normally, the stock would go down during ex-dividend date. No? Pero in this case, tumaas siya. Ano bang catalyst ito? May catalyst ba? Wala naman, baka market sentiment lang to. Pero modest yung increase niya, 1.25 points. And on Friday din, meron ding increase, no? 1.55 naman yung increase niya last Friday. So nag-breakout siya noong, ang start ng breakout was October 20, nag-continue sa October 21. Right now it is consolidating and there is a green engulfing candlestick. So nagkaano lang siya, nagko-consolidate lang siya, moving sideways or doing a pullback. So nandito lang siya within the 71.50, which is our support, and 75.60, which is the resistance. Okay, then let's take a look at fruit. Ito yung merong news today. Fruit muna. Okay, breakout si fruit. 8.8% an increase, 0.11, which is significant in spite of net foreign selling of 972. Medyo maliit lang, pero breakout siya. This is clearly a breakout, And if you take a look at the indicator right now, all the three are right under the candlestick. So there's significant volume also. Now if there will be volume the following days, then baka magtuloy yung breakout. Otherwise, baka lang siya mag-consolidate and mag-pull back. Okay, so it's retesting the resistance area here. The resistance area. 138 ang nearest resistance niya. Actually, the nearest resistance is 132. But it went through that, and it is now at the next resistance level at 136 or 137. But if the breakout continues, it may again retest the third resistance level at 144. Yan yung mga resistance level ni Frutas. Okay, and then finally we have WPI. Waterfront. Breakout ulit sa Waterfront. Started last Friday. Maliit lang. Pero ngayon meron siyang breakout plus a gap up. So, the closing price last Friday was 0.50 centavos. And then it opened today with a gap up at 0.59, so 9 centavos higher. It closed at 0.68 or 37.37% higher. So very significant to. Buti hindi nag 50% kundi masususpend yung trading niya sa PSE. So earnings niya it is negative, but the catalyst there was that there was a favorable court decision in favor of Waterfront. Finally, they will be granted a gaming license to operate in the entertainment city. Okay, so the nearest resistance, actually napaka-taas no, it reached the high of 0.74. And the 0.74, yung highest level niya was reached August 2019 pa. Yung highest level niya na 0.74 was August 2019. So it may retest the resistance level. Gawin natin weekly. 0.70 pero ang nearest resistance niya dito based on historical is 0.78 or 0.80. So ito yung nearest resistance ni WPI. Yan, 0.80 yung nearest resistance niya. 0.83. Parang 0.80. So baka i-retest nyo muna yan. Dahil kung magtutuloy yung breakout, then hanggang 0.82 ang pwedeng i-retest. Dahil yun yung pinakamalapit na resistance. O maaari din naman na mag-consolidate muna, mag-pull back. Depende kasi sa market sentiment. So that's it for today's report. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market. Tuesday, November 3, 2020. Ito po si Benji Chodoro, lagi nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. See you again in the next episode at maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay.